Welcome to another edition of night driving. I want to try and keep this going as long as possible. There's a car in front of us indicating to turn left. His brake lights are on, so it makes it hard to see his indicator. You can just slow down for him, as you saw. Give him the time to turn, because he may not turn. Try not to look into the glare of the cars coming towards you, the glare of the lights. There's pedestrians crossing, makes it a little bit difficult to see when you've got the glare in your eye. So you just slow it down a little, you don't want to go too fast. There's another car in front of me turning right. This is evening rush hour, 5 o'clock on a Friday evening. It's very busy in Bromley today. So we're going to turn left at the lights. As you can see, we're going to keep the left lane. You see these road markings that I'm just going over, they're for parking, but if there is no cars in them parked up, we can go through them. How do we know the vehicle in front of us is not parked up? Well, it's too far from the curb to begin with. His brake lights are on, the car in front of him's brake lights are on, and it's a double red line, so if he was parked up that far from the curb on a double red line, he's in trouble anyway. So that's how you can tell. But if you notice, I don't get too close, because if I'm wrong, then I can go around him. Now the car next to me is turning right, left, and you can, it's perfectly okay, he can do that. When I turn, I keep my left lane, and I can see there's traffic, so I start braking in advance, so I get a nice smooth stop so I can see his wheels touching the floor. You must stop so you can see their wheels touching the floor. This is in case they break down or in case they roll back. This is all in theory, of course, because sometimes people can roll back a little bit further than you think without them even noticing. I know it sounds crazy, but it does happen. But this is what we do in theory. We stop so we can see their wheels touching the floor. I'm going to stop at the line here, just here, and the reason for that is because if you look just ahead of me, there's a yellow box junction, and I would have been stuck just a little bit into it. My back wheels would have been stuck in it, and that is not just a fine, but it's a fail on a test. So I stopped before the cycle bit, and now if the lights change to green, I still can't go because there's traffic in front of me. So I have to wait until that little road opens up in front of me. It's about to start opening up, but there's now cars coming from my right hand side that are going to fill that space. So we could still be here after the lights change to green. I know you can't see the lights on the camera, but the lights are changing now, and I do have the space to go, so I'm going to. What you don't want to do is you don't want to drag your heels when you're driving, so you want to move but not race. We're stopping again so we can see their wheels touching the floor. They've stopped just before the keep clear, so what we're going to do is, because you can't see properly, we're going to wait until they've cleared the keep clear, at least one car length, so that we can then go forward. So we don't stick with them when they go. I know I've said, you know, stick with them in previous videos, but if you stick with them now, what will happen is you'll be stuck in the keep clear, again failing your test or causing problems to other people that could be turning from the right hand side. If you look at the arrow on the floor on the right hand side, it's a right turn, and if you stop in the keep clear, you'll be blocking that person turning right, therefore upsetting people and failing your tests all at the same time. So it's cleared. Look, it's cleared the keep clear, so I'm going to head off now. This is a part of Bromley where people jump. As you can see, people jump, as you can see, like that. And I'm going to stop here again because I don't know if it's clear in front of me. You see? Hopefully he gets a ticket for that. See, if I went behind him and I got stuck on the yellow box, because he's jumped in front of me, I could appeal that penalty and probably win it as well, and they'll probably give him the penalty. I'm not sure what happens after that, but that's just wishful thinking, giving him the penalty. But it would have been his fault that I got stuck in the yellow box, because there was space until he jumped in front of me. So if you look from the left, there's cars pulling out and they're filling up that space again. So there's a lot happening. There's traffic, there's cars pulling in front, and they won't stop pulling in front, they'll keep doing it. There's motorbikes, there'll be cyclists at this time of night. just a lot happening, so you just got to keep your distance and not rush around. Remember, it's not about how fast you go, it's about how safe you go. So when you're on a test and you think, oh my god, I'm going too slow, or if you can go faster, then you would go faster, but you can't. You can only obey the speed limit, and if there's someone in front of you not doing the speed limit, then you can only obey the speed that they're doing. This is why they say don't put your foot on the brake and keep it on the brake while you're sitting in traffic lights. Use your handbrake, because it dazzles the cars behind at night. That's one thing I don't teach. I don't teach to use the handbrake because, as you can see, the lights are not that bad, and I'm not staring into them, so it doesn't matter. So it's just one thing you don't have to do. This is something they recommend, but you don't have to do it. So we're going left at these lights. So I'm going to start indicating now, which is, if you watch my other videos, you'll see me say about 8 car lengths from left or right. And we're going to stick near the curb, but not too near the curb. As you can see, the arrow, there's a cyclist there. As you can see, the arrow where the cyclist has just gone over is the road for going straight ahead. We're not going straight, we're going left. I don't actually have to indicate here because it's obvious where I'm going, but there are pedestrians out there that don't know the rules of the road, so to indicate would be to cover yourself and them. So it's a good idea. It's effortless, really, isn't it? So you can see the green arrow, well, just about. That's called a filter light. That filters the traffic in the direction you're heading in. So you don't have to cancel the indicator. The indicator will cancel itself, usually. Depends on the amount of steering that you've done. As you can see, there's a car coming out on the right. Well, you probably can't see. There it is there, look. So we take it easy. You can let him go. It's no harm to us if we let him go. It's actually worse if you try and edge forward and block them, because then you're causing traffic from for the oncoming traffic. Although it's not our fault, we can be courteous and clear up the whole road by just doing one simple thing and waiting. It's no big deal. Obviously, we're not saying let everyone go, but one car is not going to kill us. These are test routes, not that it matters. We've just gone over a bus stop. That's fine, you can go over a bus stop. It's not a bus lane, and you can tell the difference by the surroundings. The bus stops have yellow paint and the bus lanes have white paint, and also has the words bus stop and bus lane. Lots of traffic today, but it is a Friday, so you're going to get a lot of traffic. So there's mopeds ducking and diving behind me. There's one coming now. You've got to watch out for that as well. They're quite easy to spot though, because they're really loud. Hair dryers, I like to call them, because they don't really move that quick. You just got to, before you move off, for example, now I'm checking my mirrors, my side mirrors, to see if there are any more. There could be cyclists, motorcyclists, mopeds. There could be a number of things coming alongside, even other cars. They shouldn't be, but it does happen. We're not going to react to it unless it affects us, but it's good to know it's there so we're not surprised by it. So the bit on my right hand side is known as hatch markings, where you can see the arrow that the cars are about to go over. That's known as hatch markings. If I was turning right at this junction, I would be over that, but not over the second line. So I'd be over, let me see if I can put my finger there, I'd be over this line, but not over this line here. this line here is for the oncoming traffic, so we can't go over that line until it's time to turn. Just make that clear for you. I hope that helped. So they're known as hatched markings. These things are designed to separate the flow of traffic, so separate us going towards the oncoming traffic so we don't collide. And also you'll find them on big roads where they don't want to make it into 2 lanes, they want to keep it 1 lane, so they'll put a big hatch marking in the middle of the road. They got that down on Hayes Lane, I believe. Oh, there comes no, okay. So there was something coming down, but they've turned it off now. Well, I'm going to end the video here because it's not moving. So I hope you're enjoying the videos and you're learning from it, and you subscribe to my channel to see updates of the videos that I post. Look out for my new videos that are coming up next week, and I'll see you soon.